Welcome to Tech Blueprint, a window that lets you know the latest technology news in the world. Huawei has made all the impossible possible, and the US ban is in name only. Now it is neither advancing nor retreating. As an observer, who has been paying close attention to the development of the technology industry for a long time, I have to say that Huawei's journey in recent years is legendary. Looking back to when the United States imposed a ban on Huawei in 2019, many people thought that the Chinese technology giant would be unsustainable. However, 5 years have passed, and Huawei has not only not fallen, but has become stronger in adversity, turning all the impossible into possible. I still remember the situation clearly. The US government issued a ban on Huawei on the grounds of national security threats. For a time, a number of international giants, from Google to Qualcomm, Intel, Samsung, TSMC, etc., severed their cooperation with Huawei. At that time, public opinion generally believed that without the support of these key suppliers, Huawei would find it difficult to maintain its position in the global market, especially in the fields of smartphones and 5G communication equipment. However, Huawei gave an amazing answer with practical actions. In just 5 years, this Chinese company has completed a jaw-dropping autonomous transformation. I have witnessed how Huawei has overcome numerous obstacles step by step and reshaped its core competitiveness. First, the operating system. When Google stopped providing Android system updates to Huawei, many people thought it would be a fatal blow to Huawei's mobile phone business. However, Huawei quickly launched its self-developed Hongmeng operating system. I remember that at the beginning, many people were skeptical about Hongmeng and thought it would be difficult to compete with Android and iOS. However, over time, Hongmeng has become popular on Huawei devices with its unique distributed architecture and good user experience, and has also attracted more and more third-party manufacturers to join its ecosystem. Second, the chip. Under the US ban, Huawei lost the supply of high-end chips from companies such as Qualcomm. However, Huawei's high silicon semiconductor department has demonstrated amazing R&D strength. Despite many difficulties, every iteration of the Kirin chip is impressive. I still remember that when Huawei released the latest generation of Kirin chips, its performance was comparable to the top international chips, which was undoubtedly a strong response to those who doubted that Huawei could not independently develop high-end chips. In the field of communication equipment, Huawei has also shown extraordinary resilience. Despite facing many obstacles, Huawei still maintains a leading share in the global 5G market. I have visited some countries that use Huawei's 5G equipment, and local operators generally reflect that Huawei's equipment has excellent performance and high cost-effectiveness. This also explains why even under strong pressure from the United States, many countries still choose to cooperate with Huawei to build 5G networks. What I admire even more is that Huawei still maintains an open and cooperative attitude in adversity. They know that in today's globalized world, closed self-defense is by no means a long-term solution. Huawei has always expressed its willingness to promote technological innovation with global partners. This vision and foresight let me see the responsibility that a truly globalized company should have. However, the rise of Huawei has also put the United States in a dilemma. I have noticed that there have been voices in the United States recently calling for the relaxation of restrictions on Huawei. In particular, some officials in the Pentagon have publicly stated that continuing to ban Huawei equipment may affect the national security of the United States. The emergence of this situation has to be said to be a kind of irony. Recalling the scene when the US government announced sanctions on Huawei with great fanfare, and comparing it with the current situation, I can't help but sigh at the coincidence of fate. The US government claimed that Huawei threatened its national security, but now some US officials say that not using Huawei may endanger national security. This reversal makes people laugh and cry. In fact, the US government is now facing a dilemma. If the ban continues, it will not only fail to stop Huawei's development, but also make American companies lose the opportunity to cooperate with Huawei, and may gradually lose their advantages in the global technology competition. I have talked with some executives of American technology companies, and they all said privately that losing Huawei, as an important customer, has had a significant impact on their business. But if the ban is lifted, the US government will face huge political pressure. After all, they have spent so much effort to suppress Huawei. If they suddenly change their position now, it will undoubtedly make all previous efforts go to waste, and will make the United States lose face on the international stage. I think Huawei's success is not only a victory for a company, but also a microcosm of China's scientific and technological innovation capabilities. In today's globalization, any attempt to hinder technological progress through suppression and blockade is short-sighted. On the contrary, open cooperation and mutual benefit and win-win are the right path to promote the development of global science and technology. Huawei's experience has taught us that when facing challenges, it is better to face them head-on than to complain about them. Huawei has proved with practical actions that as long as there is firm belief and unremitting efforts, there is no difficulty that cannot be overcome. This spirit is worth learning for every company, and even every person. Looking to the future, I believe that Huawei will continue to maintain an open and cooperative attitude, while promoting its own development. It will also contribute to global scientific and technological progress. For the United States, it is time to re-examine its science and technology policy. Under the general trend of technological globalization, attempts to suppress specific companies through administrative means will ultimately only harm their own interests. As an observer of the technology industry, I look forward to seeing more companies like Huawei emerge and promote global technological innovation. At the same time, I also hope that governments of various countries can abandon zero-sum thinking and create a fair and open environment for technological innovation. Only in this way can we truly realize the beautiful vision of science and technology benefiting mankind. Finally, I want to say that Huawei's story is far from over. This company has completed an amazing transformation in 5 years. Who can say that it will not create even greater miracles in the next 5 or 10 years? Let us wait and see and witness this Chinese company continue to write legends on the global technology stage.